What's up, everybody? All right, just gonna send this link in our Discord real quick, and then we can get going. Yeah, you guys are on it. Let me see the chat here. Appreciate you guys jumping on, man. You guys were quick with it. Must have you have the video notifications on or something, because I didn't even hit the Discord yet. Y'all the real ones.
I'm trying to join.
All right, let me drop this here. Yeah, obviously we're live for Monday Night Football here tonight. Only got one game. None of that cursed back-to-back action, although it kind of paid us off a little bit last week. Anyways, give me 1 second here. Down. Cool. All right. So, without further ado, got a big list of props in here submitted from the HOF community earlier today for Monday Night Football. We'll go through each of them one by one, put together a community parlay, which will then obviously, if you've tuned into one of these before, if you're in our Discord, you know that if we hit, when we hit, we give all of the winnings back to the users who contributed. So appreciate you guys that already did, and let's get right into it. So overall, looking at just the rankings for the most part, what I see is, and what I've seen so far through about 4 weeks now, is that the Chiefs' defense is pretty strong across the board, particularly when it comes to pass yards. As we see here, they on average allow less than 200 pass yards per game. Rush is a different story, however. They are 22nd out of 32. So, something to take note of as we look into the players here. And then similarly for the touchdowns, only one pass touchdown allowed by the Chiefs typically, whereas the Jaguars defense is first when it comes to rush touchdowns. So specific matchups there to be aware of as we kind of go through the players here. So let me see what our first pick is here. Oh, we got, hold on, let me pull this chat up so I can see as well. Cool. What up, though? We out here. Appreciate you guys joining. So, Deami Brown for 40 from Amazon. Bro, Amazon, where you been, bro? I haven't seen you in the Discord in a minute. Been missing you, man. Missing those plays you put out, and just the overall vibe. So good to see you over here. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, we can take a look there. Deami Brown for 40 or Etienne for 50. Yeah, I think Etienne is pretty clear option. Was probably what a lot are looking at here today. Obviously, the area of, I don't want to say the area of weakness, but of most potential weakness is actually going to be the passing yards for Jaguars defense. They're third when it comes to rush yards allowed. That being said, oh, I'm sorry, we're looking at KC. My fault. Yeah, so actually that is a good matchup for him. My fault on that. I don't know why I said that. Work is ridiculous. Yeah, no, I feel you, brother. No worries. Just trying to give you just a quick shout out there. Appreciate you. Travis Kelce for 40-25. Okay, cool. So yeah, firstly, Etienne for 50 rush yards. Obviously he's hit in all 4 games so far this year. Love to see that, of course. And then looking at the yards high when it comes to rushers, looks like all of the running backs against KC has hit this so far. That being said, that's the yards high. And when we look at the carries here for the Jaguars, Etienne absolutely dominates this category. Over 50% of the rush share, as opposed to like Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. They are almost even when it comes to carries per game. So we know Etienne's going to get a certain amount of workload. It looks like, yeah, last few games, he's actually increasing, kind of 19 carries the previous game. Let's see receptions. So fair amount of targets and fair amount of receptions. Not too many receiving yards on that end, so looks like he's more effective on the ground there. Yeah, even if we do look at it receptions, it's not really worthwhile, I don't think, here. Even rush plus receiving yards, not too huge of a difference, especially if we take 50. The odd difference is crazy. So I like this 50 rush yards. This was also on the cheat sheet, also on Aiden's video earlier. If you guys haven't seen, it's also on this same channel. So that being said, let's go ahead and add this one into our bet slip. Got our first pick locked in. I'm gonna go to the Discord now here, and we'll see what we got. Mahomes over 35.5 passing attempts. It's interesting. Yeah, dude, the Dobbins that was pain. Yeah, I don't want to think about that one. That one was dirty, honestly. It should have hit. He should have gotten the ball when he carried them like 2 or 3 times on those drives to the end zone, but they didn't give it to him. Man, that was tough. Tough to see. What up, Chris? Thanks for joining. Cool. Kelsey was the other one. Kelsey for 25, I think it was. Had I posted this on my cheat sheet? I don't remember. Let's see. I did not. I do like this matchup. Jacksonville is 19th when it comes to receiving yards against tight ends, 23rd overall. The only slight concern I have is that with Worthy coming back, Kelsey might lose some of these targets. Obviously, Worthy played the previous game here. He still got 5 targets. I think Worthy got around 8 targets last game. Yeah, I think Worthy got around eight targets. Kelsey's getting 5. He got less than the 2 weeks prior. Maybe receptions, like 4 receptions could be good instead of yards. It's also pretty good odds too. Although yards is like, what does he typically average? 45 yards off around 4 catches, so a little bit more than 10, like 12-ish yards per carry. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Or yards per reception. So him and Pat usually show out when they get into a corner. Yeah, it's true. Etienne, Kelsey 4 catches, 32 pass attempts. All right. Seems like a lot of similar reads going on in here. Let's see what the odds for 25 are. Minus 350. I like it. I think it's going to hit, but the odds I'm a little concerned about, given that with these two, we're still like pretty far below even. So either we take a little bit of a higher line at 30 yards, or we look at somebody else real quick. So I'm going to keep this tab open, and then we can just we can move on for now. Kelsey for 3 receptions. I like it too, but I'm going to guess that it's below minus 500 odds for 3. Oh, it's actually above, but barely. Okay. Strange over 3.5. I did like Strange. I think I had him for yards here. But 3 out of 4 games, very solid. Very solid receiving yards numbers, and then receptions similar. Actually, receptions is the curve is flattened out a little bit more because it doesn't matter how far they go. Even at 3, this is a crazy lock. But 4 is better value. I would agree. Minus 134. It looks like it's basically the even line. Is 4 here. So with that, I'm gonna look at the tight end stats previously. Okay. He's getting a lot more production this year than as opposed to last. A lot more targets as well. Let's see the target share for the Jaguars. Thomas, Washington, Strange, Hunter. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't take unders typically, but I was looking at the Brian Thomas unders earlier, and if I were to take an under, it would probably be that. I don't know if today's the day. I don't think it will be. Yo, Aiden pulled up. There's my man's. Dude, it's nothing new. This is just another Monday with the Hoff fam. Like, you're acting like this is something crazy, bro. We do this. We hit these. We do these and we hit these every week. Y'all know the drill. Okay. Receptions, better line though, right? For who? For Kelsey. Yeah, the 4+ receptions was a better line for Kelsey. Juju receptions, Thornton for 2, Juju for 3, Juju 25, 3+ receptions. All right. Yeah. Strange is a good option though. I think Strange is a good option. He does get the 3rd most targets on the team so far this year at 5.8. Yeah. We really do this, man. Tranquil dog when he's on those tight ends usually. Not gonna lie, I don't know what that is necessarily. Trevor Lawrence under 1.5 tutties. Somebody watched the YouTube video Aiden put out earlier. That was one of the picks. As well as Etienne, I think, as well, right, Aiden? But anyways, Juju seems to be pretty popular, so let's take a look at over there. You guys don't like Worthy, huh? Interesting. Juju for 3 or Juju for 2? He did get a lot more targets last 2 games, 4 and 6. Not a lot more, but definitely increasingly more. For 3 receptions, great odds. 4 also pretty great odds. Let's see with games with Xavier Worthy. Both games that Worthy played, he got multiple catches, or he hit this line pretty easily, actually. Worthy's kind of hurt. He is kind of hurt, that's true. I was looking at the report earlier. But he's expected to play, and he was also kind of hurt last week. Yeah, he was expected to play. He's got some sort of an ankle issue, I think. But he was also like kind of questionable last week and put up 83 yards though. So, yeah, that's just something of note. Anyways, Juju for 3 catches though seems good to me. Let me reset this. Go to away. Yeah, I mean both games on the road. Cash this. Targets wise, he is 4th on the list. Last 3 games, he actually moves down to 5th on the list. That being said, like nobody really absolutely dominates here. It's pretty spread out, which you can kind of tell when you watch Chiefs games. Mahomes like distributes the ball pretty well. So yeah, I kind of like Juju here. It'll also boost our odds a good amount. So let's rock with that for now. With those two, that should be like plus 150, 140. Okay. See, also, this is a good reason why you should be comparing odds. Like for just these two picks, we're looking at a difference of plus 140 versus plus 110 on DraftKings. It doesn't seem like that much, but once you scale up, add more legs as well, this difference only gets bigger. And this is kind of how this is how books, win money or like profit in the long term is getting you on the odds. So um, make sure you got enough books there to make it worthwhile. If you don't, they're over here in HOF. You'll be able to get sign up bonuses as well. So if you haven't already, check that out. But anyways, with these two picks here, Etienne, Juju, we have decent value on the board, and then let's rock with a third pick. So I'm gonna go back in the Discord, see what other picks people are liking. I'm seeing Marquise Brown for 30 receiving yards. It's fine. Parker Washington on the Jags. Yo, all the homies are in here now. Yo, we're Shamari Connor for under 6.5 tackles and assists. I wonder what kind of a player would what kind of better is going to take a under on 6.5 tackles and assists? That's only a sharp, I can imagine. So whoever that is, I would recommend checking out their channel. They seem like they know what they're talking about. At the same time, there's a soccer shout out there, so I might have to rescind that. To each their own. He was liking Hunt. I kind of like Pacheco over Hunt. I'm not gonna lie, but sure better. Horton on longest. Travis Hunter 3 receptions. I did see that Travis Hunter prop. I feel like maybe Mahomes too. Nope, nobody's liking Mahomes like 200 plus. Also, I'm not sure. Let me just confirm this real quick before I say it. But somebody said it was Trevor Lawrence's. Oh, it is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Trevor Lawrence. We're taking your unders. Hunt don't care about no matchup grade. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of motion going on Hunt already. We can't cross over that much on all of our plays, so we got to build something else. But imagine we hit everything. Not imagine, when we hit everything. We'll be cooking, as we always do over here. So let me get one more pick to round out this parlay here. I'm going to say it's, yeah, I think Hunt. Mahomes. This is true. Actually, if y'all saw my cheat sheet on Twitter, I was looking for that third touchdown because I had Etienne, of course, and I had Worthy, who looks pretty good. And then the last one I wanted to get a higher odds one. It was Patrick Mahomes anytime. He's actually scored in 50% of games so far this year. And like our resident sharp is saying here, he has been running quite a bit. Let's take a look into the game logs here. So any times, as I mentioned, the first 2 games scored. And then rush attempts wise, like consistent, he's running, right? 6 carries, 7 carries, 5 and 4. And then when it comes to the red zone, he's also he's running the ball. So good value here for an anytime at plus 3. This was actually plus 450 earlier. Went down quite a bit. Okay. What is this? Oh, he put a poll. Who did you put a poll? Who put a poll? Should probably just take Chiefs money line and call it a day. Dude, honestly, like I was saying that earlier, I think there's value I think there's value on Chiefs money line. Jacksonville's wins are, they're good wins, but the strength of schedule there is, I think it's a little bit more telling than their 3-1 record. Similarly for the Chiefs, 2-2 for the opponents that they've played, right? Like Chargers, Philly, Giants, and Baltimore. This is quality. This is a very strong schedule to start the year off, and you know, yeah. That being said, I tend to stay away from like game lines on these types of plays. So let's round out this parlay here. Only thing I'm concerned about rushing wise is that he didn't get that many last two games. He did go for it, but he didn't get that many. Let's look at the yeah, I guess Jacksonville has a decent ranking here. 67% of Chief viewers got Chiefs. They do. Bet they do. That means nothing to me. I mean, um, not great last two games, but maybe tonight. Yeah, I don't love maybes. I think we might just go passing yards and call it a day at 200. Oh, a little chalky. 220? Yeah, I could go with 220. That's more comfortable. Jacksonville defense. That's the thing. Like he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna spread the ball around, so I don't want to target one receiver too heavily. This is another one that I liked is completions at 20 completions. Oh no, maybe I said 22. I think 22 completions is also fair. He had 25 the previous, 22 game before that. And then if we come down here, you'll see Brock Purdy covered, CJ Stroud covered. Burrow, I think, got hurt this game. And then Bryce Young is just buns. So, yeah. Do we only have desktop online access or is it only app? The subscription comes with both the app and the desktop. I prefer desktop when I'm doing these just because I can open up multiple tabs and kind of go back and forth quicker, but it's up to your choice. Okay, what does it feel like QBs can barely throw for 225? Yeah, dude, honestly, same. I feel like it was 200 was easy for most. I think it's credit to defenses and schemes. And then also obviously injuries can ruin a lot, but if you watch last night's game, you can tell QBs can throw. That's true. Yeah. Desktop is fire. Appreciate that. Yeah, our small but mighty dev team cooked this one up. Absolutely love it. They've done a great job, as they always do. So shout out to the dev team once again, if any of y'all are on. But how are we feeling about this 22 completions here for Mahomes? So far, solid hit rate for both here. Kind of like completions over yards. As you see, if I put 225, it's hasn't cashed in all of them. I could be down with attempts too. I saw people saying 34 attempts. So there's actually a little bit more room, and they went for 38. Bryce Young also actually covered this. I've never bet on passing attempts though before. That will be my first time. I'll be honest. But it's good value though. The total line? Good question. 45.5, it looks like. Which, I don't know, with these games recently, like, it's like yesterday's games, or yeah, the Sunday night football game started hella slow. I think it was like 10-3 at half or something like that. And then I think the over still cashed, I want to say. I don't remember. Um, Ended up being a pretty high scoring second half. So those are also, I don't know, if you have something like convincing, feel free to drop it in the chat, but probably chill for now. Okay. All right, let's wrap this up here. This parlay up. Because everybody is saying Hunt, I think I'll look at Pacheco instead. Just because that's how it works. I think you guys might have the wrong trend over here, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Hunt is that okay. I understand the appeal here for Hunt. Pacheco though. This is just rush yards, right? Yeah. Rush plus receiving. 30 rush plus receiving. He doesn't get that many receptions. I checked this earlier. He only gets usually one, but I mean, it usually goes for a decent amount. That could help, cash something, but rush yards is going to be safer, definitely. And in terms of attempts, looks like recently, this is Pacheco. He's got 10 and 7, and then Hunt has like 10 and 13. So, yeah, 10 and 13. That I kind of like carries then. 8 carries. Yo, minus 166 for 8 carries. I mean, what is his average? 9. That Hunt versus Pacheco is going to burn us. I feel like it will, too, kind of. Let's see. Does he have any news? Struggles with increased volume. So he didn't do that well with more carries last game, whereas Pacheco did pretty well with less carries. So now I'm wondering if they're going to switch game plan here. It does cash most of the time. Chiefs rushing defense, Trevor Lawrence under 13 yards rushing. Yeah. We can build an under parlay too, honestly, today. I don't have too much going on after this, so might as well. What time is this game, by the way? 8:15? Yeah, we got some time. So Pacheco for 20? Is that what we're feeling here? Oh, wait, no, that's not what you got. You said Hunt for 20. Bruh, this is not better. All right, I'll go with Hunt because everybody's saying Hunt, but if Pacheco cashes, like this is going to be a first quarter cash now that everybody's saying it, and I'm not going to say I told you so because it's me building this, but yeah, we don't do unders. Hunt and Pacheco both. Honestly, not a bad idea. They both probably will get 15. That's pretty easy. This odd's not good. This is a tough one. All right. Hunt for 20, fellas. Hunt for 20. We ride. It's not on DraftKings, though. All right. I think we'll lock in this then. Etienne, 50 plus rush yards. Juju Smith, 3 plus receptions. Kareem Hunt, 20 plus rush yards. Yeah? We liking this for plus 244? We need to cash one. Xavier Worthy just downgraded to questionable. I think he's been questionable today. All right. Yeah, let's lock this in. Let me see if I can do it on my computer. Plus 248 actually must have just gone up. So if you put, 25 bucks on it, you win 62. I like the value there. Oof, I forgot to say the line. It's, I'll say the line again. Pretend I didn't say that. We got 50% implied probability with that, an applied odds of plus 100 And given that our parlay odds are plus 244, which is, what is plus 244 implied probability? Probably like 30%, mid 35%, we'll call it, or it should be under that, 30%. 50% minus the 30%, that's 20% edge. And if Aiden's still in chat, Aiden, what are we calling this here? What are we seeing here? It's a test to see if he's still watching me. Probably not. That's called value. That's called value. But I'm gonna log this into my phone here in a second. I think there's a few boosts that we can use here today as well, maybe like a 30% or something. But yeah, that'll wrap up the player props, which I'll post here in a second. And then, oh, we got Hari in the chat. Yo, everybody's in here. That's what's up. Yeah, this is gonna wrap up our first player prop parlay, plus 244 for these 3 legs. And then let's do maybe like a 2-legger for touchdowns, because who doesn't love touchdowns? Cool. So I think the logical place to start is Travis Etienne. He scored the most touchdowns on both teams so far through this year. Scored 3 times in a row, which I will say is slightly concerning just due to the fact that, you know, it's high hit rate for 4 games, but can he really maintain a touchdown per game cadence? Hurts didn't, and, you know, a few other, Dobbins didn't. There's a few other running backs. I'm probably, Henry didn't. So, you know, I do think he'll get one though, just being that if we look at this previous rushing stat lines down here, Justice Hill got 2, Scattaboo, Saquon. And then if we look at let's look at the usage share. So carries, red zone carries. Etienne is getting is getting 2.5 red zone carries. He's the man in the red zone. So it is a little concerning that the odds are this high still, given that he's hit 3 times in a row. This should probably be minus money, minus like 120 or something, minus 150. Plus 110, we'll take it, but something to note, you know, suspiciously high odds here. Aiden fell asleep on the job. Yo, Aiden's on a different time zone out here. It's probably past midnight. Yeah, probably past midnight for him right now. So appreciate him. Appreciate him jumping in. By the way, what does this mean? Oh, he's a top fan. That's what it. How does the top fan work? Not entirely sure. Plus 120 on ESPN for Etienne, yeah. Yeah, so you'll see, you know, we got all the best, all the sports books on here. Make sure you're getting your value. And then, yeah, let's add one more pick. So this discrepancy is going to get bigger, and then we can choose the best sports book from there. So back to touchdowns. We got one on the Jaguars. I'm going to quickly look at the Jaguars defense here. So in terms of touchdowns, it looks like they're coming mostly through the air against the Jaguars. They are first when it comes to rushing touchdowns allowed. So probably won't take a running back for the Chiefs. Probably going to look at a receiver or a tight end. Worthy, Thornton, Kelsey, right? That's going to be Worthy, Thornton, Kelsey, Hollywood Brown is out of the 4, what I would imagine. I mean, bro, BTJ, he hasn't shown anything thus far to warrant putting any sort of money on him. So I'm going to pass that for now. Thornton for an anytime. This just seems like either a trap, or why is he plus 430? He scored 3 times in a row. I'm not sure. Not sure. This doesn't line up. Might be a trap. I don't want to put it in the parlay. I think this is good value for a straight though. plus 430, you're getting good value. This has hit 75% of the game so far this year. Hard to say though. Not sure why these odds are. This is a fairly strangely priced game, I will say. I'm not. I wonder how this will play out. Kelsey for a tutty. I could see Kelsey going for a tutty today. He only has one. So, like, look at that. He's only hit once out of 4 games so far this year, and he's plus 185. Whereas Thornton has hit 3 so far this year, and he's at plus 450. This doesn't make that much sense. Where's Juju? Kelsey TD. Hollywood Brown if Worthy's out. Could be worthwhile. I think it might go to Thornton if Worthy's out though. That's what it seems like. Let me go without or no with Worthy. And then without Worthy. Okay. Not too much there. Let me go the last 2 seasons. With Worthy. And then without Worthy. Bro, I just keep typing it. Oh, okay. So if Worthy doesn't play, Kelsey actually doesn't get that many touchdowns, which not sure if that's just coincidence or something about the game plan, but slightly concerning, I'll say, for those purposes. So not sure. Let's look at away games. Matchup grade. Let's look at pass defense, maybe. Opponent defensive ranking. Yeah, the numbers don't look great on it. However, I do think he'll hit. Let's see red zone targets. He's getting 1. He's getting 5 over here. Honestly, I just for some reason I like it. Like still, ATDs against tight ends 15th. Thornton higher odds because Worthy back. Mahomes giving 100% giving a birthday touchdown. Whose birthday is it? I didn't see whose birthday it was. Kelsey has 75% red zone targets. Does he? Where are you seeing 75%? I'm seeing 20%. Yeah, that's what I think as well. The books are. I feel like the books have priced something in here that they're not telling us. Because this shouldn't be plus 165 and this shouldn't be plus 430. This is like some market manipulation going on. That's not disparagement, by the way. Great books. Kelsey's gonna let everyone know what happened when everyone said he needed to retire. Oh, it was Travis's birthday yesterday. Was it? Oh shit, it was. Okay. Damn. He kind of unked though, low key. 1989. Damn. That is definitely unk. 8 touchdowns in 10 games in week 5 games, apparently. Bro, this type of stat. This type of stat is so funny. 8 touchdowns in 10 games in week 5 games. Yeah. Maybe that's a 80% hit rate in week 5s. I like it. Yeah. What do you guys think? Old Girl just dropped an album. I do think, yeah, like things line up for it. I mean, the data isn't fully realized for it, but it's only a 4-game sample size. So he hit this one on the road last time. Yeah. Honestly, I think he gets it, honestly. So Etienne and Kelsey. Together, that's plus 450. Pretty good value for 2 picks. Also, there's this one. I do think we should look at Hollywood Brown and then Juju. Let's look at Hollywood Brown. Scored last game. He's at plus 250. Why is there no other books having him for a touchdown? Okay. Yo, this is a crazy article right here. Draws key penalty. Draws key penalty is crazy. This is kind of tough because it's unsure who's like exact depth chart when it comes to the Chiefs. Oh, Juju and Hollywood Brown both went last game. Half unit Kelsey and Etienne. 0.2 units Etienne and Brown. Okay, kind of like that. Kind of like that. 89 ain't unk. Oh, that's true. It is a. Let's go for Kelsey. Okay. Jags, tight end, long, ATD. Half unit, Kelsey, Etienne, and Brown. All right, I think I like this Etienne and Kelsey two-man here for the touchdowns. I don't want to put more than two, just because it's the same game, and at that point you're kind of picking straws a little bit. We kind of already are picking straws with the KC receivers, but it seems like the stars are aligning, so to speak, for Kelsey. He has the best odds here. It's got to mean something. Books are not giving as much money if he scores, so yeah. We got a boost on DraftKings, which I've downloaded this. I've downloaded the software for it, so I can actually bet directly on my computer with DraftKings, which is kind of nice. Let's see if there's promos for me. Touchdown boost. Oh, okay. Ooh, that one's 4 legs. Should we add one to... Oh, wait, we're going to put on FanDuel, that one. Okay. Do I have any boosts for this? No? Promos? Oh, I already used this one. Okay. I guess there's no promos, so we'll just rock with these two here. Juju, don't know who Ju. All right, not sure what that means. Juju ATD. Honestly, like, it's worthwhile to throw these each as straights. If you for Juju, Hollywood Brown, and then also Thornton, if you bet them all, I'm not saying you should, I don't know if I will, but if you bet them all straight and one of them hits, you're still profitable, given that you use the same unit size. So this one's plus 400, bet 10 and win 40, plus 250, and then where's Juju, or Thornton was like plus 430, so yeah, any of them hit, you're looking good there. FanDuel has 50% boost. Really? Let me see. Okay, wait. Let me see. You can get a 30% profit boost on anything, or 50% boost for the. Oh, okay. I'm choosing the 50%. So I'll put the 50% actually on the player prop one. Yeah, then we'll just rock with just no boost on DraftKings. We're getting at plus 440, which is good, I think, already. Given our Yeah, it's okay, solid, okay value, about what we should be getting. Um, so yeah, that'll wrap up those two parlays. There are a few defensive ones we can look at real quick for straights, for our DFS players, or um, if you're just sticking around. So round robin, okay, yeah. I think you can only round robin on multiple games though, right? No, you can on the same game. I don't think I'm able to for touchdowns.
TDs. Yeah, you should be able to round robin anything that's parlayable, because round robins are just parts of parlays.
I never am able to round robin in the same game for some reason. Let me see. Let me double check that. So Kelsey, Etienne, and let's just do like Juju for example. Where do I go? To
You're on FD.
yeah.
FanDuel has it in a weird spot somewhere. I know you. I'm pretty confident you can on DraftKings. I'll look up the same thing on DraftKings.
Okay. That would be kind of a game changer because I've stayed away from round robins, but yeah, I definitely think that's a good strategy, especially if
Motherfucker's trying to ask me to set limits.
Chris Jones sack.
Like that too. He's a dog. Oh, did you talk up Karlaftis quarter sack?
Yeah, I should show you.
George, baby.
Yeah, true. Yeah. This was on Trends, I think. It was George Karlaftis for tackles and assists it was. Wait, was it? No. Just tackles. Wait, what the fuck were we looking at earlier? Sacks. Oh, it was sacks. Yeah, sacks 0.25. This was a line though, if he gets half a sack, but also at one sack, even money, or plus 130 actually, plus money. Pretty good. Pretty good. What are the four leg we aren't playing altogether? I can't round robin unless I just place the bets individually in twos and threes on the same game. Uh, I think that's what round robin means, is placing them in twos and threes depending on the amount of legs you have. But I can't do it on. Did you?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's probably anything that has like implied correlation is going to be something like that.
Isn't that just kind of like inherently within the same game? It will have correlation.
But I think you can, because I do round robins pretty frequently.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a game changer if you can't do it same game. I didn't know that. Okay. I have two huge labbing tabs open. Not sure why. All right. So, anyways, Karlaftis as a defensive prop here. If you add it to the parlay, the touchdown parlays is kind of a huge number, plus 1100. I kind of like it, but so him for a sack, and then someone mentioned Chris Jones. Damn, they're cleaning up. Only has one sack so far this year, but still like 0.5. These guys aren't getting half sacks, which is kind of weird. Usually, yeah. Obviously, like these are two of the Chiefs' like main pass rushers, most effective pass rushers, Chris Jones and George Karlaftis. Both of them great players. Not actually sure how many sacks the Jaguars give up on average. So yeah. All right. Yeah, just want to show you guys those. Let's see if Butker has anything, but wouldn't end. Butker for 2 field goals at minus 165. Worthwhile. 9 kicking points. 8 kicking points. Yo, can you parlay these? 8 is actually kind of high. I like field goals better. Field goals attempted at 2, or field goals made at 2. Could be great. I might take this one straight. I might take it. This is a sweaty parlay, but 2 field goals and Karloftis to get a sack. Yeah, plus 228. So this is the final one. I'm gonna rock with this here. 2 solid hit rates and pretty good value for the 2. So plus 228 for that. We have 3 plays on the board. I'll definitely post them all here in a second. But yeah, we'll wrap the stream there. Appreciate you guys joining in as usual. Make sure to join our Discord, which is where we do all of our activities and do all our communication. That's where I posted this link. I'm sure most of you guys are in it, but if not, it's free with the subscription. And then, of course, I mentioned this earlier, but make sure you're always getting the best odds. And to make it easy for you, we got them all in the same spot, right on this bonuses tab on the left hand side. So if you haven't already, make sure you claim these sign up bonuses, because this is essentially free money that the sportsbooks are giving you. It's 2 advantages. One, you're going to get better odds across more books. Actually, 3 advantages: better odds across books, more profit boosts to use, and then obviously the sign up bonus. So in my opinion, not too many reasons why you shouldn't have all these books, especially if you're playing consistently. It's just building up your bankroll, and then getting better value for your money. So that'll wrap up the stream here for today. Good luck on all your plays, guys. Appreciate you joining in, and we'll catch y'all next time on Thursday. Peace.